Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a weekly message for Earth signs. So if you are Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, this may resonate. Take what you feel applies for you, disregard the rest, go about your day. I know that no matter what messages do come through, it's still up to you, your active free will, and the choices you make in this world, the steps you take to get your fulfillment. So this is a weekly reading for November 2nd through the 8th, 2020. I apologize, my friends, it is late. I was feeling kind of under the weather and was busy over the weekend, but I still feel like even though we're into the week, this could be helpful. So again, take what's for you, disregard the rest, and know as well that time is fluid. So even though I do put a date on when I'm intending these messages to be for, if you encounter this later and it resonates, don't discount it. It still may be for you. For all my subscribers, thank you guys. You guys rock. I appreciate you so much, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this has resonated, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. And guys, if you feel called to like and subscribe, please do. It absolutely helps me. So I'm going to get just in here today. First off, we're going to bring a message from the Archangel Animal Oracle cards here by Susan Cooper, or Diana Cooper. I keep wanting to call her Susan. So let's see what an overarching energy is for Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn for the week of November 2nd through to November 8th, 2020. Spirit, what messages would you want anyone watching know? Okay, through that one, and Swan flipped over in the deck. So I'm going to put the deck here. They're asking me to look at the bottom too, so we'll grab the bottom card. Llama also came out. And the bottom was Panda. It's beautiful. So we're going to get into what these energies are. Let's read the Swan first. The Swan says, demonstrate grace and majesty. And I'm also being drawn to this ray of light, kind of bubbles of light coming down into the swan's crown. Swans are very magic birds, or majestic birds, as it says here with majesty. So this is also, I feel like, I heard like being on your best behavior, but putting your best foot forward, you know, shining with all the grace that you have within yourself, and really allowing other people to see the majesty that you have within your world. We're going to read a little bit from the book from this one because I feel like it's really important. This week as well with the Llama, it's about setting clear boundaries, setting clear intentions. This is also about love. I feel like there could be romantic partnership. This could also be a family kind of love with them together, as well as the dynamic here where I'm getting family with the panda. Setting clear boundaries and enforcing them. It's not just about setting them and then when people walk all over us, we're like, well, that's okay. Some of this may be things like, you know, please don't call my house after 9 o'clock. I'm not going to answer the phone. Someone calls after 9 o'clock, unless it's an absolute emergency, don't answer the phone, right? Other things like this could be when we say no to people, right? When we say, you know what, right now I feel like I just need to be in my own little bubble. I need to be alone. I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on my goals. Please, right now, don't bring me more heavy stuff to deal with. Our friends and our family should be understanding enough to know that when we're going through heavy burdens, they're not going to come and unload things onto us. This also could be, you know, if you do have someone in your midst who is there's a word I'm looking for here. Consecutive is one of the things, but it's not the word I'm looking for. But if they are always traipsing over our boundaries, if they're always saying, oh, I heard you, but I didn't like what you said. It didn't fit for me. It wasn't good, so I ignored it. This is where we need to start getting a little stronger in our boundaries first off and be like able to speak up for ourselves. Also, that if we have people like this in our midst who are consciously and continuously stepping our boundaries and not caring, right? Because you're always going to do this. Well, whatever. You say you're not going to do it, but you've done it in the past. This is where we need to get strong within ourselves and set those boundaries and say, you know what, from here on out, if you want to continue being in my life, you are going to honor these boundaries, right? Because when people give us boundaries for themselves, we more than likely try our best to adhere to them to kind of help this person out. Some of this stuff too with the boundaries is like the easiest thing I'm thinking of now is like our rooms, our bedrooms, right? That A lot of times our bedrooms, that's a boundary. Stay out of my dresser, stay out of my drawers, leave my room alone. That's my personal private stuff. So if somebody was coming into your bedroom or your house, opening the door and just coming in all the time, that's stuff where it's like, okay, well, you're starting to really infringe on my personal privacy here. You're starting to make me feel like enclosed or trapped. This is where we need to communicate. And also, I'm really feeling drawn to say here, like, no communication if it comes down to it. If it comes down to you have someone in your midst who is just going to test you to see how far you can go, that every time you lay a boundary, they're not going to have that. This is where we may need to go no contact, okay? Just if that resonates. If it doesn't, this could just be like, this week we may actually need to start setting more clear boundaries for ourselves as well. Could be even, I heard, like, setting a bedtime. Be like, you know what, I need to go to bed. I need to have my rest so I can be the best person the next day that I can be and put my best foot forward. So setting boundaries for yourself could even be like, I don't eat after bed, it upsets my stomach, things like this, okay? So the panda, stay focused and in your essence. This is Archangels Mary, Jovial and Sandolphin, Archangel Chamuel with the llama, and Archangel Bopi with the swan. This is also really wonderful because it's saying, you know what, stay in connection. And if we can see here, the heart of this panda in connection is thriving. It's got crystal clear energy, and this energy is emanating between the two of them. Stay balanced. Stay within your own heart chakra so that you can nourish and help others. This is also, for some of you, I feel like this is somebody who, like, a caregiving as well. This is where it feels like very family essence to me. But staying balanced, staying in your true essence. I feel like I keep picking up on whatever this llama is, that whatever this situation is, don't allow the opinions or the actions of others to move you out of your majesty, to move you out of your grace, and to become something that you're not. Don't allow them to stir up your balance. Keep your balance, keep your essence of who you are. These people, I heard game testers, okay? The people that are constantly testing us and who are always on looking for what they can get rather than, and how they can get what they want rather than, being a true friend or being there for you, right? They're there for them. So this is saying as well as, don't let this energy rock your boat. Stay strong. And with people who are constantly pushing you, sometimes that's what they're looking for. They're looking for some sort of outburst. They're looking for some sort of sway in your balance, or you to kind of go down to that energy, and then it'll turn it around and be like, well, look, you're yelling, right? Well, of course I am. Don't take that. Don't allow that to happen. Stay true in your essence. You're loving and you're giving. It doesn't mean that just because you're setting boundaries up that you're no longer loving or giving. It means that you're loving and giving to yourself and protective of your energy and your resources. So I'm going to read to you a little bit of a message from the swan, guys. I'll hold it up while we read it too. And if I trigger you throughout this, if I say something that makes you feel a certain kind of way, what was it? What was the point that triggered you? And can you feel an emotional attachment to this? What is it regarding? How can you use your empowered vulnerability, so your feelings in this situation, to move forward with love, to move away from boundary crossers, or to stay focused? How can you use this information for your best going forward to create positive change in your world? So I'm going to just grab you here and we'll read a little bit about them. These beautiful, graceful birds come from Lakame, the ascended aspect of Sirius. They carry sacred geometry symbols of peace, calm, and elegance in their aura, which they spread into the waters and the land. Their tranquility as they float across the water impacts on people's energy fields and creates a soothing effect. White swans teach lessons of purity, serenity, and beauty, while black ones spread the wisdom of the divine feminine. Their regal qualities ensure that they are treated with respect. Like all majestic creatures, they believe in themselves, so they impart a subliminal message that they will brook no interference from others, as they can and will defend themselves. Indeed, if angered, swans can be ferocious and formidable. this is also important. I'm going to read you, there's more guidance, but I wanted to read this part to you because in this case, right, yes, we're loving. Yes, there's grace. Yes, I have majesty. And I think it's important as well when they talk about that the swans send vibrations out into water and it can connect with our energy fields, because our energy in this case is absolutely contagious. And when we're setting our boundaries, if we roar, if we become ferocious, this also is sending reverberations out. For some of you, as I was saying before, keep in your essence, keep in your calm. Your ferocity doesn't mean that you have to yell and scream. It means that you have to stand up for everything in you that you believe in with a ferociousness of a tiger, meaning here that you're not going to let someone walk all over you, even if they have before. You're standing tall, you're standing firm, and I heard the word no, right? So, let's see what else it says. Your guidance from this card is to develop your regal qualities. Believe in yourself, know you are special and beautiful. Trust your inner self and be confident. Act with calm, peace, and grace at all times. Even though your thoughts may be working overtime, maintain a relaxed and serene exterior, and this will bring you equilibrium. Be charming and pleasant, and at the same time expect people to honor you and treat you with respect. If anyone oversteps the mark with you, make it perfectly clear that this is unacceptable and you are prepared to take action if necessary. You will act as an energetic pool of peace, and this will soothe and calm everyone around you. Your pure light will then facilitate good relationships and better decisions as you are acting from wisdom and true power. And this is one of the most important things I feel like throughout our spiritual journey, throughout our life, is learning how to connect with our personal power and assert our personal power in ways that allow us to maintain equilibrium and grace and to work with majesty. That power does not have to be a negative thing. Power is a very positive thing. Power can look as much as believing in ourselves, because when we believe in ourselves, we're emitting a power many people don't understand. So they may think that we're cocky, that we're arrogant, that we think too much of ourselves. No, I believe in myself, and you should too. So I feel like there's some really important messages here that no matter what happens, stay balanced. Again with this panda, stay loving, stay true to your essence. Do not allow hostilities and anger from someone who may cross your boundary to sway you. And again, remember, I'm also hearing, like, pay attention if you're seeing swans, right? Remember to stay calm, remember to stay regal, and honor the divine feminine parts of yourself. This is also important because this is much like this, maintain balance. So I'm going to bring a message now from I keep wanting to call it the Mucho. It is not. It is the Muse Tarot. And let's see what messages we have. I'm just going to look at the bottom. It's not butterfly for some reason, and the top was kangaroo. Be a force for good, absolutely, and be ready to transform with wisdom. And I think that's important because I kept feeling tiger being there, but we already have majesty with this. So I think that it's saying, you know what, especially with this one, this is going to transform your life. Learning how to set boundaries and enforce them in a positive way is something that can take many of us years because we weren't taught proper conflict management or ways to set boundaries. It's something that is a learned behavior, and here's the place where you finally get to be you in your own autonomy, your own authority, and expressing yourself in your truth and being that boundary keeper, or the gatekeeper, I guess is how we put it. So Spirit, for Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, I got a lot that just flew out, and this top one was in my hands too, which is the 5 of Materials, and this is creating change, the transformation. So there's a whole lot. I'm going to put the ones that fell this way down and keep what fell upright, and then we'll clarify, okay? So the Fool flew across onto the Swan, and I think it's because it's time and you know it. I just heard it's your time. It's your time to shine. It's your time to show people the grace that you have. You see this as well, the shining that is coming from the heart center here. As we move with our heart, as we connect with our heart, and as we're setting energetic boundaries around our heart, this is creating a new space for us, a new space to evolve, a space to create change. So the Fool here, she's barely even walking on this. She's going so quickly that it's just like running towards the change. Could also be because the sand is friggin' hot and it's burning your feet. But this may be where it's like things, obstacles in our path may be there. There may be spots where, yeah, your feet burn to help push you forward, to get you out of this, to go a little faster. There is also, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can, but there's a ladder here and there's these lights going up here. It's been a climb. And also, it's like you may need to weave between dimensions here a little bit. The Chariot is gorgeous, is about movement. And if you look here, she's coming from a sacral, or not a sacral, she's coming from more of a solar plexus area of self-confidence, of self-worth, like the Swan. I really feel like embracing Swan energy this week is going to be really helpful. I even heard month, so some of you, the whole month of November could be Swan medicine. So the Chariot, though, is about movement. And if you can see here, these are like, it's like wild horses. I'm also hearing the song Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones. For some of you, if you would like to listen to that, it may resonate with you, or it may just be really wonderful to listen to. All I could hear is the chorus. It's like, wild, wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild, wild horses, we'll ride them someday. So, the Ace of Inspiration is here too, which is a brand new start. There's something about the wild horses. When I was singing it, it brought like tears. Like I feel all welled up with emotion. There's a connection as well to this boundaries. Wild horses wouldn't drag me away and can't keep me away, and someday we're going to ride them. It means keep your goals in sight. Nothing is going to take you away for what is meant for you in this world, and nothing is going to be able to drag you away from your true passion. So I truly do believe here this is where it's like stay in your power, stay in your majesty, because a true change, I dropped my cards, a true change is coming here. Let's see what we get. So with the Fool and the change, this is saying, you know what? Hold that energy of the wild horses within you as you move. Know that there is no move too small or too large. It's whatever is meant for you at this time. And something may seem really small, but it could trigger like this huge activation within you. So if there is an idea, a thought, a place, literally this could be a physical move, especially with the Five of Materials here. This literally could be a change in your physical location. But it's going to bring something brand new. And this is fire, right? This is your passion, your wisdom. And you see how here she's walking in the desert. This girl has a cactus here. And that's also about being able to adapt, right? I keep hearing transformation, but this is also being able to adapt to a changing world, to your changing thought processes, as well as you could be getting some sort of new understanding or insight in the next little while that's going to totally blow your mind and create this, like, I heard spiritual ascension journey. Just a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to get some clarifying here. Tell me about the Ace of Inspiration, please. What is this Ace of Inspiration? Not a whole lot, but they all fell out in the upright. So let's get what we have. We have the Seven of Voices. It's a pretty interesting card here. I feel like this talks about self-deception in our shadow. This could even be distorted reality on what we're seeing here. An honoring and processing of the light and the dark. But also with the foxes here, some of you could have fox as a totem. This is a very sly and sneaky energy as well, is what I heard. This could be also, because I'm paying attention to this woman here with her head up here, this could also be like an overimportance on one's appearance, is what I'm hearing as well with the Swan. Too, like, yes, you're graceful and yes, you're majestic, but we don't need to focus all on this physical 3D body. We also need to be majestic and beautiful from the outside. I feel like this could also be some cultural conditioning as well, though, that teaches us that we need to be beautiful. We want to set our best foot out forward, so we need to be looking good like this fox. But I think this also could be that there's been some trickery or self-deception, or even distorted reality, because if you look here as well, it's supposed to be a mirrored image, but the mouths of these foxes are open and these ones are closed. And here we have this doorway and an opening to the heart. I feel like the most important message coming from this particular card is your heart leads the way. It's not going to lie to you. While the outside world may have a facade to keep, your inside world, your heart, it knows the way. So follow that. This also, we got the moon. Very, very feminine energy. We just had a full moon in Taurus, I believe, guys, so it should be an earth sign on the 31st, so Halloween. And I feel like this is also really important, though, because I just heard it's a culmination. It's a time to put everything you've learned into fruition and into motion, that we're moving in balance. And there is a real motion happening here with these two cards, with the Fool, with the Chariot. Something is coming, right? And this is maybe connecting in with your feminine energy, maybe honoring the moon, speaking to the moon, talking to the moon, sending your prayers to the moon, using moon energy as well. They have also recently, guys, discovered that we have a lot more water on our moon than they ever thought possible. For some of you, this movement is reach for the stars or reach for the moon. Who knows? Maybe someday they'll colonize the moon. You have the Page of Emotions, and I feel like the moon goes here as well because it's very feminine, hidden, deep emotions, but things coming to light. And this is charging towards things that bring us passion, things that our heart speaks and sends us to. It could even be like we're finally getting out of the self-deception, not focusing on this material reality, not focusing on looks, but focusing on heart and focusing on being true to us and moving forward here. I'm also drawn to the shell here as well in the background and the spirals, because we're constantly moving towards what we think our heart wants. So this is also, to me, saying be very open. If you find that as you're moving forward, this is not where I want to be, this is not helping my heart, stop. Dead in your tracks. Go, nay, and stop, okay? You don't have to keep going. It's not about wild horses charging into destruction and going over the cliff. These wild horses are going to stop if destruction comes, because they're only going to take you to where you need to go with your passion. So here's where it's like wild horses couldn't take you away, but they may show you the way and lead you to your passion. The Hermit is here as well with the Eight of Emotions. So this may be where we need to show our majesty, to show our grace, to stay in balance. We may need to find a little bit of time to ourselves to think about truly what brings me happiness. Is there things that I've repressed or denied? Is there feelings or ideas that I might want to do, but societal belief systems and ways of thinking have stopped me in my tracks? This is the time to put all those cares and all those worries, all those negative thoughts into this void and let it go. So picture everything that is no longer serving you, serving your heart, serving your current life, that's weighing you down. Picture it. This could be people, this could be situations, this could be having no boundaries, because having no boundaries allows our energy just to go out wherever we, wherever and with whoever comes in our energetic bubble. This literally could be, from here on out, I'm saving this energy for me, and this is a portal into an unknown reality, into something brand new. Sometimes you need to face that darkness before you can see the light. So I'm going to check the bottom of the deck. It's the Queen of Emotions here. She's in the reverse over than the Empress. So I do feel like with the Seven of Emotions under there, having choices. So you have choices on where you want to go. Wherever your horses, wherever these wild horses drag you, you have a choice in this matter about where you want to go, right? What is right for you? And to not feel powerless, because again, she's got the reins here. She has some control on where these horses are going to take her. So I feel like this is also really important. because it was in the reverse. I feel like it's more of a block here. This could also be a water sign in your life, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You also have Cancer here, and the moon is Cancer's ruling planet. So the Empress, I'm not sure, guys. It's important to pay attention to what lies under the surface. Because in this card, she's walking on top, she's calm, she's serene, but underneath here is a world yet to be explored. So it's very vibrant as well. Get you. I'm going to read a little bit. The book is really short. See what they say about that. So this is love, emotional intuition and intelligence, creativity, joyful and meaningful connection, relationships, self-care and self-love, feminine nature, the sea of emotions, accessing how you truly and feel, and sharing your love with others, creating from the heart tentacles of experience. This is really important, especially with the Empress coming out as kind of a clarifier, that you want to move from experience. You want to connect into what brings you joy. And if there's places where you feel blocked in that joy, we need to also remember a creative power. And there is a lot of honoring the divine feminine here. A lot of feminine inspiration. I just felt like saying, but a lot of feminine energy. So with the Empress, she is the mother figure of the world, and from her heart as well is emanating this yellow, beautiful light about staying true to ourselves, staying true to our majesty, as well as not denying the power of our heart. So that's the message I have for you this week, Earth signs. I hope it resonated. Again, if it doesn't, check out another one of your placements. Check out, I did them by element. So if you have water in your chart, check out water. If you have air, fire, check those out. You may find a message there that resonates. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.